Anderson. Starting at shortstop, number 5, Connor Como. Starting at catcher, number 15, Derek Baez. Batting third, number 9, Hank Rippey. Pitching, number 8, Kay Kazin. Playing center, number 6, James Cole. DHing, Bennett Wright, number 12. Playing first, number 24, Benny Franco. Playing right field, number 2, Cooper Chitsey. Playing second base, number 4, Max McCormick. And on the mound, number 8, Kane Kazin. The rest of your Anderson Trojans.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in for some Friday Night Baseball. You're listening to Vype Media Baseball. My name is Colton Borger. I'm going to be your broadcaster and commentator for today. And, of course, first interaction is our game sponsor, the wonderful folks. Tonight's Anderson Trojan baseball game is proudly sponsored by the folks over at Postnet. Thank you so much, Postnet, for being our sponsors for this evening. And as we have the announcer reading out the starting lineup, tonight's starting lineups are brought to you proudly by Ferguson Automotive. We thank you for being proud sponsors of Anderson High School baseball. Tonight we have the Anderson Trojans going up once again the Raptors of the Liberal Arts and Science Academy Center over in Austin. Last time they came out, they had a match just 2 days ago on Wednesday where the Anderson Trojans came out with a very strong second inning, scoring 11 runs. 11 runs only in the second inning, ending the game 12-1. And because we use the 5-inning rule here in Austin ISD, the entire matchup ended fairly quickly after the 5th inning because of that 10-run instance. We're going to take a short break as we stand for the national anthem. That was the national anthem, and once again, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. For the game sponsor itself, thank you to Postnet Far West for becoming the sponsor for Anderson Trojan baseball and for their continued support throughout the season. Along with that, the starting lineups, which I will read off again in just a few moments, brought to you by Ferguson Automotive. And, of course, we have Jersey Mike's, Carlson Law Firm, and Frost Bank as part of our banner sponsors as well. Folks, it is a cool, crisp, and very windy, mind you, 78 degrees outside. As currently the Trojans are warming up, just to read off who we got in what position. It is going to be Cade Kaysen at the pitcher position. We're going to have Derek Paez at catcher, number 15. Going going to the field positions. First base, number 24, Vinny Franco. Second base, Max McCormick. Third base, Hank Rippey. Shortstop is going to be Connor Kamau. First base is going to be, I apologize, left field is going to be James Coles. Center field is going to be June Viner, who is not going to be swinging at all tonight. It's going to be Bennett Wright, who is a dedicated hitter for the lineup. And then on right field, we have Cooper Chitsey. Raptors are going to be starting out with their second baseman, Connor Willie, as their primary batter to get them started off here. Followed by John Cook, the center fielder. Edrin Aston will be their catcher. Masaki Chow will be the pitcher when we start the bottom of the first. First baseman's going to be Ray Comstock, followed by Connor Firestone, the right fielder. Henry Stramdritz, the third baseman. Joaquin Gonzalez, the left fielder. And Alex Johnson on shortstop. Folks, thank you very much for joining us here on Vype Media Baseball. I hope you are all having a wonderful week so far and enjoying the very sudden cool down and weather that we got last night, as we're going to be able to enjoy some beautiful baseball today. I mean, that wind is coming in from the west, too, so you can imagine a lot of these hits are going to be heading out to the right side of the pitch, right side of the field, as we are starting with Connor Willie, and he is not number 4. He is number 11. This first pitch is brought to you by the wonderful folks over at Lowy Law Firm. As that first swing, it's going to be an out. First pitch, quick out. As first baseman Vinny Franco is able to get a quick pickup from the team. Cade Kathan, sponsored by Lowy Law Firm. Thank you so much for supporting us as this goes on. Second one, going to be a bit inside. As the second pitch against Jonah Sehuk. Going to be looking down the center. That is going to be a strike. Going into the season records for both these teams, they are completely inverse of each other. Trojan baseball having a very strong start, going 1-0 in district, 8-4 overall. That's a hit from Shook, and that's going to be a strike. Count is now 1-2. As I wait for confirmation from the umpire. I'm going to give a shout to our QA, Skyler, as well, who is making sure that everything looks nice and clean here. That's going to be another hit. That's a pop up to the right side of the field, and that's going to be a beautiful catch. That's going to be 2 outs.
Now batting, Evan Aslan.
Great catch by the right fielder, Cooper Chitsey. Ball was also going to be a foul ball as well, but unfortunately not able to go through. Edrin Aston, the catcher, going up for his first hit. Now the pressure is on. Never a good start for the first inning. Again, they only good eye as that pitch goes high. Ball 1. Keep in mind, folks, this is the second time they've had their matchup here, and they were able to get a hit and score a run by the end of the second inning. They were at the bottom. Great defensive game for them, 3 through 5. However, the 10-run difference, not really much there. It's 1-1 on the count currently. Beautiful day outside. Wind, strike hard, ground to shortstop. That's going to be scooped up. And that's going to be a first base hit for number 33. Connor Corneau tried to get that ball down. However, it just scoops a little bit too far away. And now Adrian Aston, the catcher, is on first base. And got to get down deep in order to secure that ball. Pinch hitter is going to be called, pinch runner, I believe, going to be called out for Aston. As it is going to be number 5, Zach Eagler, taking over. Coming up to bat, Masaki Chow, the pitcher for the team. That's going to be a strike 1 against Masaki. You can see Eagler is stepping fairly far off the bag. Swing and a miss, and they're looking to catch that. That's going to flounder. That's a steal for Mr. Eagler. However, does leave the count 0-2. Masaki Chow is in a difficult position. He wants to give Eagler space to come in and start strong with the first run. However, the pressure is on currently. That ball's come straight down the center twice. As he's getting ready for the next swing. Ball so high up. That's past the catcher. That's going to be another steal for Mr. Eagler as he takes third base. Yeah, I was talking about the pressure on Masaki Chow, but a little pressure on Mr. Kaysen as well. Number 8 pitcher. You know, typically when you're shouting at the pitcher, we call them chirps, but we heard a call out of the Raptor dugout. Count is 1-2, 2 out still, man on third. Ball's a bit too high. That's going to be 2-2 on the count now. Keep in mind, Cade has not gotten a walk or a strikeout yet. He has been saved by some great defensive field work from his team. But the game is still young. He still has plenty of time. That is deep inside. That's going to be another ball as we reach a full count, 3-2, 2 outs. Masaki Chow, I don't believe has swung once. I think he's trying to get baited into it. Hence why the ball is going every direction. That's a swing and a miss. That's going to be an out. First strikeout, had to get to a full count to get there first, but still enough to close that one out. Great work from Kaysen as he is able to, whoops, apologies folks. There we are. Great work from King Kaysen, able to strike out at the end, even with a man on third, did not fall to pressure, even on a full count, did not give up entirely. As we start with the Raptors getting their starting lineup out onto the pitch. Masaki Chow looking for redemption here. They're going to be warming up in the meantime, folks, as we're going into the bottom of the first now. Not able to score a run here yet, and yet it's early on. I mean, yes, we are playing only 7 innings. However, as long as you have a strong defensive setup, it does not matter how long it goes. Chow throwing a bit outside, upside, and around right now. Starting off with, and up first to bat is going to be Connor Cornell, who is the shortstop. Bit of a weird start, bit chilly out as well. You can imagine the weather's throwing everyone off. And with how this wind picks up too, you can see all the dirt flying through the air, folks, which is causing its own issues as well. You can imagine the players are trying not to get blinded by the dust. Not a lot of them wearing sunglasses right now, except the umpire. Want to give a shout out to the umpires. It is an underappreciated position to be in, and yet they work hard out here to ensure these young men are able to enjoy the sport and make the best calls they can. Thank you so much to our umpires for covering the action here. As that ball goes straight past the shortstop into the second baseman. Number 11, not happy about that one. Or I apologize, back from the second baseman to the shortstop. Connor going up first. To pitch, to bat, I mean. Could be followed by Derek Paez. Connor Cornell going to set the tempo for the Trojans as they get into formation here, stepping closer to the home plate. Good positioning so far. Left-handed hitter as well. Far and outside. First pitch is a ball. No pressure for Connor right now. Cornell still same position as before. Goes to step in, sees the ball is extremely outside. Just waiting for it. Count 2-0 now. And it's the Liberty Arts and Science Academy. Liberal Arts and Science Academy Raptors. Getting ready in field to see if Connor's going to find a chance to swing. That ball outside as well, just on the far side of the plate. You may have a good angle on the camera here, folks, but it looks like it's crossing over that white line outside that batter's box on the opposite end. There's a hit. That's going to be foul ball, though, as it flies, I think, to the field next over, honestly. One of the Trojans running back to go get it from behind the fence. Connor looking at his fifth pitch, looking for a second swing. Chow winds up, and that's outside. That's going to be a walk.
Now batting, number 15, Derek Paez.
Derek Paez stepping up to hit the plate for his first at-bat. Connor on first as well. Again, folks, last time they played, in the second inning alone, the folks on Trojan side came out with 11 runs in 2 innings. Apologies for that, folks. I am down in the crowd. Derek Paez going to let this one roll down. That's going to be a strike one, though. Hank Rippey, the third baseman, warming up as Derek Paez is looking for his first swing. Makes contact, but that ball flies into the Raptor dugout. Looking at Cornell on first, not really willing to steal yet. Doesn't look like he got the signal yet, just looking at the coach. That's a hit that's heading over in the right field. That might be out. Connor doesn't even make a run for it. He knows that's going to be a tag up if he leaves that plate at all.
Now batting, number 9, Hank Rippey.
Derek Paez not happy about that, but again, game still young. Good contact on the hit. I think that wind just dragged that ball all the way forward from the backfield. Hank Rippey, third baseman, up for his first at-bat. Another left-handed hitter. Connor avoids the tag out. As Masaki Chow was trying to see if there's a chance. Connor about 6 feet off the bag right now. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for Hank Rippey. Good infield defense as well from the Raptors. As you saw, second baseman earlier, Connor Willie step up, call for the ball, and catch it as it was floating towards him. And I say flow, too, because I had some serious hang time. It was up there for about 8-10 seconds. Third attempt to try to get Connor out. That's without a second pitch. That's the second time in a row he tried to catch him. If he tries one more time, foul ball. They're making contact on each pitch. At least so far, they made contact on about, out of the 8 pitches so far, made contact on about 3 of them. 38% contact. Speaking of contact, that's screaming all the way over to the left field, and that is caught. Second out, Hank Rippey not able to get Connor moving. Kid Kazin stepping up. That was left fielder Joaquin Gonzalez with that pickup. Good eye on the ball. I think Cade is actually our first right-handed hitter. Two outs now. Ball 1 on the first pitch. As is once again pitcher versus pitcher. In the reverse of the situation, Masaki Chow got stricken out by Cade Kaysen. Ooh. Ball 2, that dropped right below Adrian Aslan's position. Connor didn't really take that chance to steal either. Had to scramble back. He probably didn't even expect that ball to go that low. That's going to be ball 3. Looks like Chow was repaying the favor here. Second pitch. That's the first strike. Fourth pitch, I should say. I apologize. Yeah, Connor just... I don't think he's really a stealing type of player. I thought he would have a little bit more speed behind him. He's about 7 feet, 8 feet off the bag. He's getting antsy. Wants a chance. Steps away. Swing and a miss from Kaysen. Full count now. 3-2. Feels like we're in familiar territory, but the roles have reversed. Cade Kaysen, very close to that home plate. Willing to try. Foul ball. Foul ball as Connor has to step back to first. Kaysen looks for his 7th pitch now. And Chow looking to strike him out. Try to close this first inning quickly. Line drive up to the left field. That's going to be a nice little single.
Now batting, number 6, James.
Beautiful hit from Cade Kaysen. Cut right between the third and shortstop and hit the ground before he even made it to Gonzalez over to the left field. As Kaysen's going to be called out, and we're going to have a pinch runner here that looks like number 16. Number 16, Connor Donahue. As the first pitch for James Coles is going to be ball 1, and Aslan is going to ask for a moment of Chow's time. Connor Donahue coming in as a pinch runner. Might be unfortunately can't really move further off base until Kamal moves up as well. Kamal's going to have about 7-8 feet off of the second base, though. Stepping back a bit. Wonder if Aslan was asking Chow to try to pick off the second base runner. Whew. Count is currently 1-0. No runs yet. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. That's going to be a perfect pitch right down the center. Coles was looking right at it. Count 1-1. Chow looking for a third pitch. Ball on the ground. Connor gets halfway to third. Might have had time, but it looks like Coach called him off. I'm waiting to mark him down for a steal at this point because he keeps getting close and then changes his mind halfway. 2-1 on the count. About 10 feet off the second base bag for Connor Kamal. Timeout called by the umpire. As James Coles take a couple more practice swings. Pressure's on. He knows that he needs to get a decent hit. That's a foul ball. Thank goodness we got the cage here. That was heading right towards me. I am not directly behind the camera, folks. I am a few feet away from it, and that looked like it could have probably popped me in the back of the head if I wasn't looking right at it. Knowing my luck. James Coles looking at 2-2 on the count. Pitch is on the ground. That's 3-2 now. Chirps from the Trojan dugout as they commit to their war chant to get into Chow's head. Trying to make out what they're saying. Oh, that's foreign. Sorry, that's going to be a walk. Good eye from Cole. And great chance to dodge. As now the dedicated hitter, Bennett Wright, is looking at bases loaded. Would be a great way to start off your weekend if you came out with a grand slam, or at least getting someone at home in time for dinner. About 5:24 right now, folks. That's a hit. That is going to be another walk. And we're going to see Connor Cornell come on in. 1 run up. Base is still loaded. As that's a beautiful hit from number 24, Vinny Franco, who gets one home. Gets a double. Brings home 2. As James Coles and Connor Donahue both make it home. That's going to put it 3-0. What a hit. Going up next is Cooper Chitsey, the right fielder. 3 runners in. And another strong hit. That looks like a foul ball. Really just wanted to rip that one all the way out to the fences. Try to see if they can hit a trying to think what highway that is right now. We're not near a highway. What am I saying? I've lived in Austin for 15 years. I still don't know what street I'm at. I blame the construction for that. Cooper Chitsey getting in position. I look to confirm, yeah. Bennett right. Bennett right on second. Vinny Franco on first. Cooper Chitsey. Here's the chirps. Knows his team's got his back, trying to get into the head of Chow. Number 31, not in a comfortable position. He's given up 2 hits already. Or 3 runs, really. 1 hit. Ball's ripped straight to center field. That's going to be a nice little catch, though. That's going to end the first inning. Great catch from the center fielder, Jonah Sahuk. As we close this one out, 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to head into a quick commercial break as I grab some water and take a breather. In the meantime, folks, thank you all so very much. You are listening to Vype Media Baseball here in Austin, Texas at Nelson Field. Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready for the top of the second inning after an impressive 3-run streak from the Trojans. 1 because of a walk, but 2 came in off of a single hit from Vinny Franco. Not the best position for the Raptors to be in, but they're going to start fresh here at the top of the second inning. And they're coming out with Ray Comstock, the first baseman, to set them up. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to our game sponsor. Tonight's sponsor is proudly presented by Postnet, taking care of Anderson Trojan Baseball. So that first pitch is going to be a ball 1. Thank you, Postnet, for sponsoring Anderson Trojan Baseball and for your continued support. Ground to second as Comstock gets taken out. Second baseman, Max McCormick. Good hit. Good catch as that grounder went right past the pitcher's mound. He was ready for it. Good heads-up awareness, great catch. Good snap throw to our first baseman here, Vinny Franco. As Connor Firestone, the right fielder, steps up to the plate. And it's going to be strike 1 as he gets caught looking. Second pitch coming his way a little bit high. And the umpire agrees with me. Calls it 1-1 at this point in time. Connor looking for a third pitch, looking for something good. That is down the center. That is going to be a strike. This gets caught looking a bit too often. It's going to be ball 2. On the 4th pitch so far, Cade Kaysen. Switching it up a little bit, trying to bait Firestone to be a little bit too hot for the plate. It's not really falling for it. That's going to be a second strikeout so far for Cade Kaysen. The end of the first inning, top of the first on a strikeout as well. Against the pitcher, he got a hit against as well.
Number 10, Henry Strandwith.
Now on 2 outs is going to be Henry Strandwitz. Henry Strandwitz, good position. Looks to check his swing, but it's going to count against him. Always hard to make that judgment call. You have that split second as these pitches are flying at you to decide whether you want to commit or not. And sometimes just a bit late on that commitment. However, like an insurance Actually, I don't have a good metaphor for this one, folks. I apologize. Escapes me today. That's going to be a strikeout number 3. 3 strikeouts for Cade Kaysen. As we go to the bottom. Not all together, but the last 2 were the ones that counted the most. Kaysen's happy about that performance as well. As we go to the bottom of the second, and we're going to start with Max McCormick on our batting lineup. As we get the new Zootopia 2 soundtrack playing in the background, folks. Sucky Chow is still going to be on the pitcher's mound right now. Probably wanted a little bit longer of a break to get that mentality right. Mentality is everything in this game, especially at the high school level, and even more so as you go beyond to college, pros, even the minor leagues too. Mentality is everything. This is a great chance to show how well I can fortify that. Liberal Arts and Science Academy Austin. Raptors looking to put on a stronger defensive front by preventing any additional runs against themselves. There's going to be a chance for Chow to stay focused. Last time Chow had folks up, he allowed 2 hits and 3 walks, which is what put them in the position they're in now. McCormick's going to make his first appearance in the batter's box. Aslan's not able to connect to that second baseman, whether it's shortstop or second base. The ball just falls a little bit too short. And we are, in fact, staring into the sun, folks. The sun's setting a little bit, but that is not enough to cover it. We do not have enough coverage on this backfield to prevent, especially if you are out in the further parts of the field. Max McCormick making his first batter box appearance after some great second base plays previously. I'm ready to get that first out in the top of the second. Looking for his first pitch, and that is going to be a strike. Comes a bit inside, so I can understand not wanting to swing at that. Didn't feel good, didn't look good. And we have a minimum 2 more chances to make it count. Make it 1 more now. Or no, sorry, math is bad. Still 2 chances. That's going to be a ground to the second baseman. He's got to make his way there. He's going to try and break through, but that's going to be caught by Ray Comstock, who's going to get Max out. Swings on that second pitch, makes contact, but doesn't get a good angle on it. Just a ground to the second baseman, Connor Willie, who gets his second field out. Back to Connor Kamau. Number 5, the shortstop. Got a walk earlier. Chow winds up. Pitch drops low. Kamau, very patient batter, very patient player. Doesn't take any risks more than he wants to, and it kind of shows as the dirt picks up before that one crosses home plate. That sinker wanted to go subterranean. Sadly, that mound was in the way. Outside on the pitch. This time, making good distance, just slides away. Letting that ball go a bit too early. One more chance for another pitch, and that is going to be yet another walk. Keep it. Well, I apologize. Is that a strike? What? Whoa. Hey. I spoke too soon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Shell's nice enough to let me fix my notes as that ball goes to the second baseman, pops out of his glove as he tries to dive on it. Instead goes to the left fielders. Connor's going to step back, get his way to first. He wanted to make his way there. He's got to find himself on a single. Derek Paez. Catcher stepping up once more. Do you think it's funny that both number 15s are the, oh, I apologize. Wow, never mind. I thought both 15s on both teams were the catchers, but I am short of memory, apparently. That's a foul ball on the first pitch as it flies directly over the stands. And the trainers and one of the Trojan players goes back to go grab it. Derek Paez, last time he stepped up, he was caught out. I believe it went towards the shortstop. Kamau not going to be caught here. It's Chaltrins to pick off the runner. I was calling some baseball a couple weeks ago, and teams seem more willing to bunt out in the field. That's a foul ball as that bounces out. And if it did not seem like I was that excited, it's because I wasn't. I knew it was going to float out anyways. Had strong strength on left field, and then started getting lifted further and further into the foul ball territory. Count is 0-2 currently. Excuse me. As we're getting ready for the third pitch. Connor. Good lead off that first plate. Going to risk it, but that's going to be a foul ball once again, and this time it's over by the fences. He's made contact on 3 for 3 pitches. It's just, I feel like he's swinging a bit too early and stepping off the bat a bit too much. Ideal world, he definitely wants to cut this one up through the left and center fielder. He's got good power. Paez can definitely just find a chance to rip the ball straight up center field. It's going back towards the half line, and that's going to be caught out.
Number 9, Hank Rippey.
I think that's the second time that ball's been ripped up field like that. Hank Rippey steps up to the plate. He was also caught out previously. Connor Kamau had to step back to prevent the tag up. He didn't even run all the way. He knew that ball was floating right into the hands of center fielder Jonas Cook. I believe it's the third time I mentioned his name in the plays. Hank Rippey caught out in his first inning. Believe that was a ball on that pitch. But I'm waiting on confirmation from the umpire. He will not give it to me, so I am going to trust my gut. That is contact on the hit. And that is going to be another chance. That's going to be a double for Rippey, he's going to make, no, Connor's going to make his way home. Rippey's going to make his way to third. That's a triple for Hank Rippey.
Now batting, number 8, Cade.
Connor Kamau able to come home once again for the second time. Great triple for Hank Rippey. Cade Kaysen stepping up to the plate once more. I think even the players were confused. They really thought that would be a foul ball, but I believe it bounced fair first before it was even in danger, and the umpire called it fair. Looks like the Raptor coach trying to get clarification on that call from the umpires. They step back. Umpires having a quick conversation. We've currently got Cade Kaysen up to bat. Last time he stepped up, he picked up a single for himself. Looks like there's something wrong with the field. And it's the coach and the umpires are all pointing to the right side of the field. You know what? I just realized I've seen one player with sunglasses on while they play. First baseman for the Raptors, number 3, Ray Comstock. Only one with it on. Looks like there was a call. I think they're trying to figure out. Give me one moment, folks. I'm going to stand up and see if I can notice what he's pointing at. The paint looks fine from, no? Huh. Might be some dispute about the paint. They're going to let it ride. No changes in the call.
At the play, number 8, Cade Kaysen.
I apologize for that interruption, ladies and gentlemen, but we are progressing ever onward. Cade Kaysen stepping up to the plate for the second time this game. Again, a single previously, now has a runner on third. If he gets a strong single here, to the third plate. Can he make it to first in time? No, that's going to be an out. Oh, you know what? He's going to happily take that performance from his squad. As we head to the top of the third, folks, thank you all so much once again for listening to Vype Media Baseball live on your channel of choice. Folks, we're going to take a short intermission, and when we come back, we will be talking about the top of the third. See you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the third. Our score so far is 4-0 in favor of the Trojans. Anderson High School Trojans playing a fantastic fielding game and defensively have done very well as well. I mean, 3 strikeouts for Cade Kaysen, who was out on a ground out to third previously. But still, defensively, he's gotten some help too. I mean, 3 of those outs were from field plays from his own team. Second baseman Max McCormick, a highlight. Right fielder Cooper Chitsey, a highlight as well. First baseman Vinny Franco, so reliable on that position. You know, he's starting off the third with left. I can't read my own handwriting. Left fielder Joaquin Gonzalez stepping up to the plate for his first attempt at bat. Looking for some offense here for the Raptors as Gonzalez might be the one to set the tempo. Pitch one is going to be a ball. Right now, Kaysen's done a great job not allowing any batters to walk. As his performance continues, second pitch puts it up 1-1 as he forces Gonzalez to swing. Winds up for his third pitch of the inning. That's just outside the home plate. That's going to put it 2-1 now. Good eye from Gonzalez. He's paying attention. That was a little close, but umpire's going to call that one a ball as well. Apologize if I'm peeking, folks. It's a little windy out here, so I might have to speak a little louder than I'm used to. Gonzalez calls for a break, gets some practice swings, and knows he wants to hit this one. I think pitcher mentality is a great conversation to have here because the pitchers on both teams are two very different stories. Gonzalez rips it over to left field. Is that caught? Incredible catch from the right fielder. Cooper Chitsey scrambles for that ball and gets it.
Now batting, number 15, Alex Johnson.
Shortstop Alex Johnson makes his way up to the plate. Joaquin Gonzalez out for his first at-bat, and it was a beautiful swing, too. Just did not find the right gap. Great scramble from Chitsey. Johnson. Gonna let that one fly by as it's a ball on the first pitch. One out right now. Has to find some momentum for the team here. Only one person's gotten a hit on their squad, and he needs to change that story. And I don't mean a hit, I mean a single, I should say. Only the catcher, number 33, Edrin Aslan, only one able to find a single hit. Got himself on base. Okay, Kaysen, third pitch against Johnson. That one's going to be a strike, though. Okay, Kaysen. Ooh, that one was dangerously inside. Johnson still chips it. That was close to the handles. Handling the gloves at that point. Count 2-2. Kaysen might be able to pull Johnson into a swing if he places this pitch correctly. And that's going to be a strikeout. 4 strikeouts so far in this game for Cade Kaysen.
Number 11, Connor Willie.
Connor making a second appearance at plate. Had a ground out at first. After a nice swing, after a few pitches his way. Oh, ball clips his feet. Not going to be enough. Correction, clips the catcher's feet, not Connor's. Ball falls around a little bit. Cade winds up for a second pitch. That's going to be 1-1 on the count now. Connor Willie. Willie, again, different story between both of his first at-bats on the lineups for both teams. Because he's very confident in his swinging ability. Ball pops off. It's fair. As it slips out of the glove of Hank Rippey.
Now batting, number 12, Jonah Style.
Jonas the hook. Getting some love from the crowd here as he's stepping up for his second at-bat. Another one who got caught out by infield play. That's going to be a strike one. Pitch goes straight down the center. Actually, maybe not down the center, maybe a bit outside, but still inside the batter's box, inside the strike zone for the batter. Willie avoids getting picked off here. Doesn't step too far off the plate. Kaysen might be looking for a chance. That's about 7-8 feet off the first base bag. That's going to be a foul ball as it heads into the concession/bathroom area. Count 0-2, still 2 outs. Number 12 feeling the pressure. Had a great center field play earlier in the bottom of the second, too. Ground, foul ball. Coach grabs it. Sends it to the pitcher. Coach trying to help out the Trojans. Good scramble from him. Chirping from the Raptors. Pitch is up high. That's going to be ball one. Folks, I think you might just barely be able to see Willie as he steps off that first plate. He's about 6 feet off that first plate bag. That is a pop fly. It's still an infield fly. Catcher is getting ready to find it. Oh, they almost had a trip. Rippy gets the catch, but, you know, I honestly think Derek Paez also wanted that too. Would have been a foul ball regardless. But now we head off to the bottom of the third, ladies and gentlemen. No runs scored. As Jonah walked out, Masaki Chow, 3 innings up on the pitcher's mound now. Going back to a point I was making earlier, the mentality for pitchers has to be in check, and it's on the catcher's eye to really watch and make sure that their pitcher isn't getting too far into their head. Pardon me, folks, I'm going to fix the camera a little bit. See if that does any better. Tap it back a bit. That's about the best I can do with that pole in the way. And 4 runs up for the Trojans. It's going to be James Coles starting us off on the bottom of the third, followed by Bennett Wright, and then Vinny Franco, who got 2 RBIs last time he was out. Lucky Chow, currently on 4 walks, just needs to find their own rhythm when it comes to the pitch, because it feels like they keep trying to they aren't really able to focus too much on the home plate as well. It feels like they're getting frustrated with how they're pitching. It feels like an off game for them. And whenever you have an off game, you have to recognize that as well. You have to recognize and try to reestablish yourself, find your baseline. Because great players are able to bounce back from a bad start. And in all honesty, that's what you can call it right now. I mean, 4-0 coming into the bottom of the third, apologies. Up against someone who you walked previously, James Cole, looking for his second at-bat. Swings on the first one. Digs deep for it and comes up with nothing but dirt and air. feel like if Chow can get one strikeout, that's going to be 1-1. That's a great way to reset the mental. And it just feels like his timing is very off on these pitches. And when he tries to slow it down too much just to find the right timing, then it gets hit. But when he tries to play quick and throw that pitch aggressively, either digs into the dirt or it goes a bit too early out of his hands. We're going to call that 2-1 now. Or 3-1, I apologize. We're going to wait for confirmation from the umpire. I believe it's 3-1. And that is going to be a walk.
Now batting, number 12, Ben Wright.
Saki Chow. Not happy about that. James gets another walk on as he goes on to first. Bennett Wright makes his second appearance, also walked on to first. James, heavy lead off that first base bag. Chow might be trying to catch him off guard. Looks over, looks at confirmation, debating on it. Goes for the first base tag and will not get confirmation there. Pitch goes down. That's going to be a steal for James, who makes a run to second off of that error. Looking at the dugout currently, seeing if coach might have another pitcher getting ready. Again, not a great place to be. 5 walks so far. And another. As Bennett walks once again.
Now batting, number 24, Vinny Franco.
Vinny Franco stepping up for a second at bat. Conversation between the pitcher and the catcher right now. Really think the catcher needed to call that sooner. Saki Chow is struggling a little bit. That's your job as a catcher. Like, everyone looks to the pitcher to set the tempo of the game, but the catcher is the orchestrator. The catcher is the one who has to pay attention, watch how the mentality is of their pitcher, and try to get their mind on the game. And right now, Saki is just not finding his timing on these pitches. Vinny Franco, who had a single. That ball's going to go to third. And that's going to be an out on first, but he's going to advance the runners. That's a first out. Great infield defense from the third baseman, Henry Stremdritz. Stepping up to the plate is going to be Cooper Chitsey, who was caught out as well. I believe it was a ground ball between the shortstop and third baseman. Cooper wants to swing. That's such a heavy lead off as a second baseman when you know the third baseman needs to go home too. First pitch, a ball. No, honestly, if you can't get consistent strikes, you just have to get consistent hits. That's going to be another walk.
Now batting, number 4, Matt McCormick.
Now bases loaded. Max McCormick, the second baseman, trying to set himself up. See some folks out here drinking iced tea, and that sounds incredible right now. As we have our fifth batter coming onto the plate. Base is loaded currently, as Max McCormick, who got out previously at his first at-bat in the bottom of the second, looking to make a strong appearance here. I'm curious if Coach is going to allow James to walk home, to steal home. Be my play of the game if that happens, honestly. Between that and that left field, the right field catch from Cooper Chitsey. Base is loaded. Swing and a miss from Max McCormick as the second pitch is a strike. Count is now 1-1. They're not afraid to swing. It's just they need to find their timing on them. I appreciate that. So, second pitch, ground to third, shortstop, ball flops out. That's going to be a run. That's going to be another chance to bring two home. Brings the score 6-0.
Now batting number 5, Connor Como.
Como. As Max McCormick gets a single and able to bring two runners home. James and Bennett Wright able to make it back. Connor Como up for his next at-bat. Has a runner on first and second. Only a single out right now as we have reset the strike count. That's going to be ball one. As they don't have to change much. Connor got a single in the bottom of the second. And another single could lead to a few more runs. Again, folks, the rule here is if you are up by 10 before the 5th inning, the game is done. That's exactly what happened this past Wednesday when these two teams faced off for their first matchup of the regular season. For their district games, I should say. Pitch is very low. Now not finding much here. Looking for confirmation. If he can get the second base runner. A couple tag-ups here would do wonders for the mental. Pitch goes low, and that's going to advance the runners.
Not adding number 15, Derek Paez.
Como able to make his way upfield to first base. It's going to be Derek Paez, who got out previously. Looks like Coach is calling for a pitcher change. As the pitching change is brought to you by the Carlson Law Firm. Trojan fans, thank you so much for joining us as we thank our sponsors, the Carlson Law Firm. Looks like we are going to have, I believe that is number 11, Connor Willie stepping up to the plate. Going to be a new second baseman. Looks like number... Oh, just step away just a little bit so I can see who's behind you. Number 3. It's going to be Ray Comstock. Number 10. Still Henry Strimdale. Number 9. O'Connor Firestone. It's going to be coming in from the outfield. Folks, one of these days I'm going to remember to bring some binoculars or maybe at least rangefinders of some kind because I cannot read the number of our new right fielder. But I do know we have a new right outfielder at this point in time. Derek Paez is going to be looking at 0-0. And Connor Willie is going to be making his first appearance on the pitcher's mound. Thank you again to Carlson Law Firm for sponsoring the pitching change, to PostNet for sponsoring the game this season, to Ferguson Automotive for sponsoring the starting lineup, and to Lowy Law Firm as well for sponsoring the first pitch. Derek Paez stepping up to the plate.
For Anderson, number 15, Derek Paez.
Derek Paez coming back up, and this is going to be his first encounter against Connor Willie, who I believe is the reason he got outs twice on the ground plays. But now it's to see if he can get into the mind of Mr. Willie. And Mr. Willie needs that temperature check. He is going to be starting off the defensive run here, and now is a great time for them to shut them down, and first pitch is a ball. Infielders mostly the same, except our right fielder is now the first baseman. Ball 2 on the second pitch. Base is currently loaded as Ashlyn steps up. Pitch is outside once again. That's 3 balls straight at ball scrambles. Willie looking for his 4th pitch. Has to start making it count now. And it's straight down the center. That's going to be a strike 1. Finding his mark. Baez not willing to swing right now. It's not a favorable position if you are a pitcher coming in with bases loaded. That's a strike. Baez doesn't believe it. He thought it was ball, but it was just enough inside on the far edge of the home plate. Full count against Derek Paez as Willie looking to see if he can get the first strikeout for the Raptors. Dangerous placement. Setting it up. Gets the okay. Ball to second. Going to be over to the first baseman. He has to catch it. And that is out, but that's still going to bring a runner home.
Now batting number 9, Hank Rippey.
Two outs now. As Hank Rippey is going to step up. Runners on second and third now. Derek Paez is able to get a sacrifice RBI. That one's going to scoot straight down the first base line, and that is going to end the bottom of the third. Ladies and gentlemen, we had 3 runs to bring us 7-0 before the 4th began. Hank Rippey, unfortunately, getting out here as first base is taken over. Change of the pitchers was the right call for the Raptors as they're able to close out, minimizing any further damage. Willie, calm, cool, and composed as he had to come in with bases loaded. Dangerous position to be in, and honestly just picking up 1 extra run, but getting 2 more outs fairly quickly off of infield plays is a great way to be. Good reaction time, making a first base as well in order to help the team and get there in time in order to find their way to close out the bottom of the third. Folks, we're going to take a short break as I take a breather. And we'll be right back in just a few short moments. Thank you very much for listening to Vype Media Baseball live here at Nesson Field in Austin, Texas. Welcome on back to the top of the fourth. Anderson Trojan baseball currently leading 7-0 after picking up 3 runs in the bottom of the third. We're still going to see Cade Kaysen tackling the pitcher's mound. And we're going to have Edrin Aston followed by Masaki Chow, who is now taking over the right field. I have just confirmed that during that intermission. That's why I love taking those breaks. Edrin, last time he stepped up, got a single. And then Zach Eagler stepped in to run for him, who made it all the way to third. Unfortunately, nothing happened at the end of that. Good hit, but that's foul ball territory. Looking to go into the fence, and that's on the roof of the bathroom concession stand. First baseman Vinny Franco scrambling for that pitch. Second one, ground bounce in front of the third baseman. Does he have time to make it to first? That's 2, Vinny Franco. Good reaction time from Hank Rippey. That's going to be an out for Edrin Aslan.
Now batting, number 31, Masaki Chow.
Trojan baseball has been doing great so far. A nice balance of incredible pitches from the mound and incredible field defense too. Good reaction time, able to find some good heads-up plays, great communication. Okay, I still remember the foul ball that was around the catcher, and yet still Hank Rippey ripped it out of the hands of Derek Paez. That's a plate, Masaki Chow. Struck out previously up against his matchup of Cade Kaysen. And Kaysen wants a repeat performance as that first pitch is a strike. Second pitch gets chipped. Oh, might have clipped the catcher a bit. Going to be a foul ball. Umpire goes up, buys some time, checks in with the catcher, checks in with the pitcher. Paez is fine. Might have been a bit frustrated. Probably had it in his hands and it's just rolled out too quickly. Time is now 6:15. Weather is cooling down, but the wind is still picking up. As Chow is looking to find contact and will strike out here. That's 5 strikeouts for Cade Kaysen. Now we're going to have Ray Comstock stepping up. Found out previously as well. Pop fly, if I remember correctly, as he is looking at that first pitch. Strike 1. Second pitch coming his way. That is on the far edge, but it's just enough to get called a strike. 0 for 2 now. Looks like Kaysen is going to try to get his 6th strikeout here. That is 1, 2, 3 pitch batters up and 3 batters out. 6 strikeouts for Cade Kaysen. As Comstock is out. Apologies, folks. I am in the crowd right now, so if you see people walking in front of the camera, it's because they do not realize there's a camera there. But now we're moving down to the bottom of the fourth, where we very well could see the end of this game. Connor Wilson stepping up once more. We're going to be starting this one off with Cade Kaysen, actually. I think that's right. Let me double check as I look up from my notes. I am correct. Cade Kaysen's currently warming up right now. Carter Willie. Now, fresh chance. Again, folks, if there are 10 runs, if there is a 10-run difference between both of the teams, the team with the 10 runs wins, and the other one, they cut the game short. So right now, Connor Willie, Jesus, why did I call him Wilson? That man does not look like a volleyball or a basketball brand. Connor Willie might not feel as much pressure as when he first stepped onto the mound, but definitely still feels that he has to play defensively. He has to protect the team. I feel like Aslan's a bit frustrated as well. That throw went far and away from the second baseman. Conversational lock, folks, in. Aslan talking to Willie. Glove bump as they are ready to go. Cade Kaysen looking for his third at bat now. Got caught out in the second, but found a single in the first. Wants to pad those sacks even further. I mean, 6 strikeouts so far in 4 innings. 3 innings. Yeah, 4 innings. I'm correct. As he gets hit. That is going to be a walk-on for Cade Kaysen. And we're moving down the line. James Coles is making his way to the batter's box as well. James Coles going to step up, followed by Bennett Wright. And because of that walk, we're going to see Vinny Franco make another appearance again. James Coles, third at bat so far. Got 2 walk-ons and a steal. Last time he was out. Swing and a miss on the first. Please ignore the fact that says Q on my score bug. Cade Kaysen looking like he's willing to steal. Oh, I apologize. That is not Cade. That is actually Connor Donahue, who's stepping up for Cade. Connor Donahue. Far on first. That is strike 2 against James. Now 6-7 feet off the bag for Connor. Donahue is looking to steal once again. Second attempt to pick him off between pitches. Connor not falling for this one. Does not want to be the first out, but James might be under that pressure right now. He's 0-2 on the count. Looking for a third pitch to come his way. He's trying to do his best with what he gets. He's willing to swing. That's going to just be outside. Ball 1. Not enough to fool the umpire. 1-2 on the count. Connor Willie really wants to play that infield defense, wants to pick off that runner. But, folks, you can see it on the camera. And where he's at, oh, that ball goes sliding outside. Connor able to get a steal. In fact, make that steal times 2. Off the error. Count is now 2-2. Connor Donahue finally able to get some movement for himself. You know, you saw it during the warm-up, but Aslan threw that ball away from the second baseman, off the bag. Veered right, and that cost him 2. Line drive right up to center field. That's going to bounce once. That's going to bring Connor home. That's going to put James Cole on a single.
Number 12, Bennett, right.
Oh, folks, I fixed my score bug here. We're going to have Bennett Wright stepping up to the plate. Score is now 0-8 in favor of the Trojans. Bennett Wright for his 3rd at bat. Walked twice. Once in the 1st, once in the 3rd. James willing to steal. Ball sails right once again, so James is going to pick up 3rd base. Looking for home. Coach was looking for home as well and then called him off. Good steal from James. Now going to put the count at 1-0. 2-0. Snap catch from Aslan. He stepped up. He was waiting. He was hoping James would start running at him. Count is currently 2-0. As that ball goes to the shortstop, they drive it to the home plate. Oh! Umpire calls him safe as the ball fell out of his hand. James gets another run in.
Number 24, Vinny Franco.
Vinny Franco stepping up to the plate now, folks, as it's now 9-0 in favor of the Trojans. No outs still. Completely clean count. Bennett Wright on first. Vinny Franco got a single that allowed 2 folks to run their way around the bases and got a couple folks home. That's what got the the latter 2 runs of the 1st inning. And now he's looking to do the same, but he got out back in the 3rd, so as Wright not willing to get picked off, not willing to be oh, that's going to put Wright on second. Ball 1. Apologies, folks. I believe I missed a call for out here. Yes, I actually did miss the call for out. James was out, and I apologize for that. Still 8-0. But Bennett right now on second has a chance to make his way to 3rd. Pop fly to center field. There's 3 fielders out there. Diving catch from Basaka Chai.
Number 2, Cooper, 50.
That's a way to build back up your confidence. Great way to build back up your confidence. Benny Franco caught out here. Still quite the mountain to climb if you are the Raptors. However, the defensive fielding they've been able to pull off so far has kept them pretty alive. Stepping up to the plate is going to be Cooper Chitsey, the right fielder, once again. Definitely has had some of my favorite highlight plays so far. I believe he was out last time. Can't remember. I did not write that one down. 2 outs now. Runner on second. Chitsey looking for a first swing. Is going to give that one up. That's going to be a strike 1. Dangerous position. But that is quite okay. You know, if we're going by the pattern of the run so far, we're looking at 3 more I apologize. We're only looking at 1 run here, and then next inning we're going to get 3 runs. Foul ball by Jitsi as that heads to the Raptor dugout. 0-2 on the count. 2 outs. Jitsi trying to find a chance to bring right back home. Chirping from the dugout, and Jitsi calls for a timeout. Allows Aslan and Willie to have a conversation. Jitsi resets himself, picks up the gloves. May have just wanted to reset Willie's tempo because he made contact on half the pitches right now. And he's going to make contact on that 3rd one, but that goes straight to the second baseman. Can Jitsi get there in time? Denied.
Now batting, number 4, Max McCormick.
Wait, I thought we were at 2 outs. I guess we were at 2 outs now. I've never trusted a score bug ever again. Max McCormick got a single who ran someone home. We have White, right, able to be on 3rd. Strike 1. Willie doing good job of having some great looks as he tries to get another swing. Still no strikeouts so far from Connor Willie. However, the way he's been pitching so far in this 4th inning, you believe he's going to find his first here. And it may very well be up against Max McCormick. That's very high as Aspen stares down Bennett Wright on 3rd base. Dares him to run. And it's going to be a strikeout. First strikeout for Connor Willie. Max McCormick unable to bring right home. Right has to just walk on back into the dugout and take a seat. Speaking of taking a seat, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and cut to a short break. You are listening to Vype Media Baseball Live. We will be back shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to Vype Media Live Baseball on Friday night here in Austin, Texas, over at the Nelson Field. Folks, it's about 6:30. We're heading into the top of the 5th. Still scoreless in Seattle for the Raptors. Well, the Trojans have found a nice little pattern for themselves. 3-1s at the top, 3-1s at the 2nd, 3-1s at the 3rd, and 1 run here at the 4th. And they've done a fantastic job so far. They still are not changing out their pitchers, which I'm sure the Carlson Law Firm feel very confident about Cade Kaysen being the main pitcher of choice. Baez is able to find a nice throw to the second baseman. Apologies, folks. Woo. As number 9 is going to get us started here, Connor Firestone. Cade Kaysen's had an incredible game so far, 6 strikeouts to his name. And the Trojans themselves have had a great defensive effort. provided them so many opportunities to score again and again. That is going to be a strike one, as Cade is back to form. Connor Firestorm also struck it out by Kaysen previously. And if he gets caught looking one more time, that could very well be it too. Connor Firestorm struck out in the second. It is 0-2 now. Maybe striking out here in the fifth. Swing and a miss as Connor Firestorm feels the fires get quenched. As number 6 is going to step. As we have Henry stepping up here. This is Calvin Benson. Number 6. They switch up on someone for me. Benson currently 1-1 on the count, I believe. Or, no, I apologize, 0-2. I believe it's 0-2 as I was trying to scramble to get my names out. Strike 2. As the ref calls it. Count should be 1-2. Apologies, folks. First time he stepped up, and he's going to swing that one to the shortstop. Is that getting there in time? That's going to be 2 outs for them. Can no longer trust the scoreboard right now.
Number 8, Joaquin Gonzalez.
Coming up is Joaquin Gonzalez as Calvin Fedseason is out. 2 outs now. Strike 1. Folks, I believe I was correct. I believe I did have 9 points on the bug. I think they do not have someone working the scoreboard at the moment, so I cannot check my math. If I am incorrect, I will take that loss. Actually, it looks like we now have someone to check the score bug, and I am right. 0-1. 0-2. As Joaquin Gonzalez is trying to find confirmation on his swing, but it's coming up with air. 0-2. Actually, that is ball 1 on the 3rd pitch so far. That is going to be another strikeout. 3 runners up, 3 batters out. And we're making our way downtown. As we move to the bottom of the 5th now, folks. And they tell me it's 8 runs up. But I truly believe we might be a little bit different on the scoreline here. Either way, Cade Kaysen, 8 strikeouts now. Great work from him. And strikes out Joaquin Gonzalez. And it looks like Calvin Fedseason is going to be stepping onto the field as well. We're still sticking with Connor Willie and Edrin Aslan. See where Calvin's going to step out to. It looks like he's making away at third base. Yep, taking over to Henry Fitzseason's position. That ball is slipping out of Aslan's hand whenever he throws it to the second baseman. Bit of dangerous positioning. Coming up to plate.
Now hitting number 13, Kevin Ortega.
Number 13, Kevin Ortega, making his first. Kevin Ortega making his first appearance now. This will be his first at-bat for the game. And again, folks, if he sets the tone here, lead to a great start for the team. As ball one. Strike one on the second pitch. Willie is picking up the tempo here, trying to get these folks out of here as quick as humanly possible. Winds up for the third. Drops. No, it's still alive. It's going to be 1-2 on the count. That is number 3 stepping up to the plate. That is going to be 2-2 on the count now. As Ortega is looking for his first swing. That's going to be a hit that's flying over to the left field. That's heading towards the fences. That's going to be a double. Great start for Kevin Ortega. Coming up to bat is going to be Braden Coleman.
Number 33, Braden Coleman.
Braden Coleman also making his first appearance. Great call to bring in Kevin Ortega. I mean, that was an incredible hit. Left fielder could not find it at all. Joaquin Gonzalez, blinded by the setting sun. Difficult to see, difficult to find. Willie, first pitch is a strike against Coleman. Braden Coleman fairly close to the home plate and on the interior edge of that batter's box. I imagine he wants to try to swing. Oh, 0-2 as he swings at that second pitch, but it slides inside. Good look for Willie. Great pitch. Good speed, too. Willie, look for his third pitch against Coleman. First encounter for them. Ball is high. That'll be 1-2 now. Not a great start for Coleman, but right now, no outs, no real pressure. Just find your moment, swing for the fences, and that's going to come up with nothing but air. That's the second strikeout for Willie.
Number 28, Evan Stackroll.
Number 28, Kevin, steps up to the plate as well. Again, Willie has found his tempo. He has changed it up so much. Evan Thacker is up for his first time. Apologies, folks. I said Kevin earlier. I meant Evan Thacker. First at bat. Willie slowed down here. I think he keeps checking on Ortega. And because he keeps looking at Ortega, it messes up the car. Swings and a miss on that one. And it was 9. I was correct the whole time. It was 9-0. That's why we had such a major shift in the batting lineup. Strike 2 for the car. Now looks like we have number 18 getting ready to go. Blake Galligan. Umpire's going to call that one too high, says it's a ball. Blake Galligan warming up in the batter's circle as Evan Thakar looking for a good chance to swing and a missed. Another strikeout.
Number 18, Blake Galligan.
Crowd favorite, Blake Galligan. That's 3 strikeouts for Connor Willie. Kevin Ortega not really willing to move off the bag too far. Score is currently 9-0. 2 outs now. If Blake Galligan can get a strong hit and bring home Ortega, that will call the game. Connor Willie's feeling the pressure. Ball down the center, and that's going to be a swing and a miss for Blake Galligan. Galligan looking for a good pitch. Looking at a signal from Ortega as well. Swing and a miss. Just a bit far on the outside edge. Ortega's got about 10, 11 feet off that second base bag. He wants to steal. He wants to find that chance. Skips back. Swing and a miss from Galligan. That is 4 batters up, 3 batters out, 4 strikeouts now for Connor Willie. He's got to be happy about that. Complete change in tempo right now. 9-run game. As I try to pay attention who all is getting moved out. Who all still staying in, folks. We're going to take a quick commercial break. It looks like we just had a bunch of pinch hitters get called up in order to make their appearance. Because for the most part, everyone else is still the same in the outfield. Folks, we're going to go ahead and take a short break. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, y'all listening to Vype Media Baseball live here on Friday night in Austin, Texas. See you in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are stepping up with Alex Johnson, who is going for his second at-bat now. Going to be strike 1 against him. As we're at the top of the 6th here. Ball gets tipped and flies back. That's going to be 0-2 now. Alex Johnson, last time he stepped up, was stricken out as well. He is still facing the same pitcher of Cade Kaysen, who has yet to be worn out, but will give up a hit. That's going to the third baseman. He's going to send it to the first. Vinny Franco, good catch. Gives him the first out of the 6th inning.
Now batting, number 11, Connor Willie.
Great fielding from number 9, Hank Rippey. As Connor Wilson's going to make Connor Willie, said it again. Connor Willie steps up to plate. Swings on the very first pitch. No hesitation in his eyes. However, the contact comes a little bit late as it tips off the bat. Foul ball in the first. Second pitch, ready to go. Winds up. Line drive all the way up center field, right to the center fielder, and that's going to be a great catch from James Cole.
Now batting, number 12, Jonah Style.
Again, I think the big advantage for the Trojans had been their field defense. All their players are very aware. They had some hiccups in the first, but that did not stop them from closing it out and preventing any runs from the Raptors. First pitch is a strike up against number 12, Jonah Shook. Swings on the second. Didn't even feel passionate about that. I felt like he tried to check his swing because he knew it was a ball, but hands reacted faster than mind in that point. Cade Kaysen picking up tempo, pitching a little faster as well. 2 outs right now. Does not want to be the third out, but that ball's going high as that's going to be ball 1. Count now 1-2 against Jonah. Jonah, last time he stepped up, was stricken out as well. And that, in fact, will be ball 2. As he's watching these pitches coming a bit too high for him to swing. Jonah swings on the third. That's contact. No, it's not contact. He thought he had contact. Well, that's an out. Oh, as it goes, 3 batters up, 3 batters out. We are moving on to the bottom of the 6th. 9-0 right now, ladies and gentlemen. 9-0. I confirm who is coming up. It's going to be number 17. Looks like they're bringing everyone off the bench to swing. It's Charlie Arnold, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie Arnold stepping up to swing. Hey, Arnold making his first at-bat appearance. Coach trying to make sure everyone gets a chance to swing out here. And following him, it looks like it's going to be Connor Smith going up next after that. I have no idea what the batting order is now. It looks like everyone's getting a chance to step up here. Number 19 maybe after that? Or number 7? Jude Viner, I'm sorry. Jude Viner, who was actually the center fielder. Looks like he's going to be getting some chances to swing as well a little bit. All they need is 1 run to close out the game. So Connor Willie needs to play very defensively minded, needs to not get in his own head, and needs to prepare his team to play the best infield that they can. Stepping up to the plate, though, Charlie Arnold.
Charlie Arnold.
Yep, it's going to be Jude Viner stepping up next after Charlie Arnold. Glad to see that Limp Bizkit still makes an appearance in the crowd, in the stadium music. Sorry, that just made me chuckle a little. Swing and a miss from Arnold. Arnold Looking for the second. That's going to be ball one. Strike one against Arnold. Far outside. Good eye from Charlie. 2-1 so far. Charlie Arnold looking for a swing and cannot find contact here. That's 2-2. I don't want to give a fifth strikeout to Connor Willie. Count 2-2. Pitch is down. That's 3-2 now on the count. Full count. Charlie Arnold needs to maintain focus. That's going right to him. That's the second walk as that ball slips out way too early for Connor Willie. Arnold's going to find his way to first base. Jude Viner's going to make his first appearance at bat. He's been playing the center field position extremely well. Picked up some great catches, especially in the last inning. And now wants to see if he can set up Arnold with a chance to score. Decent hit, but that's foul ball territory, unfortunately, as that first swing is heading out. I'll be 0-1 on the count. Oh, 1 on the count. United Airlines taking a flight down south from us as we're over here in East Austin, about 15 miles north of Austin Bergstrom. Far outside. I want to give a thank you once again to our lovely sponsors who are taking care of us for this broadcast as we are waiting on this next swing. 2-1 on the count. Two and one after the foul ball. Charlie is going to make his way to second and is going to get tagged, I believe. No, he made it. Charlie makes it to second. Great steal for him. 3-1 now on the count as I quickly write that one down. Got number 10 setting up. Three and one on the count. 3-2. Full count now. And against Viner. Looks like JJ Velasquez is going to be next up to bat. That's going to be another walk. Viner makes his way to first.
Now batting, number 10, JJ Velasquez.
JJ stepping up. And Connor Smith coming in right behind him, getting ready to go. Velasquez also going to make his first appearance. We're waiting for these folks to warm up. I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. PostNet for sponsoring Trojan baseball this season. Ferguson Automotive for sponsoring the starting lineup. Our first pitch coming in from Lowy Law Firm, and of course the pitching change coming out from the Carlson Law Firm. And of course our banner sponsors over at PostNet, Jersey Mike, Frost Bank, and Carlson Law Firm once again. That first pitch against Velasquez is going to be a ball. Looking for another chance here. Ball two, that's so high and away from Velasquez. Arnold is looking to make his way to third. He's got about 9-foot, 10-foot lead off that second base bag. Right now he's just about 6 feet. Not stepping too far off yet. Willie looking for his third pitch. I mean, that's a good foul ball, but sadly, that's still a foul ball. I believe it's 2-1. I apologize. Flip it, reverse it. It's 1-2. Willie looking for his fourth pitch now. Not willing to try to pick off any runners at this point in time. They call for time. Velasquez needs to get a few more practice swings and reset the tempo. Doesn't want to get caught sleeping. Has to set up focus. Count is now 1-2. Score is 9-0 in favor of the Trojans. Velasquez gets a good hit here. No, foul ball. Velasquez gets a good hit. Charlie Arnold can find his way home. Close out the game immediately. We are at the bottom of the sixth, but again, that 10-run lead rule applies. Velasquez looking for a fifth pitch now. Willie's not willing to try to pick up the runner on second. But that contact forces him to throw that ball outside. Velasquez doesn't go for it. Arnold still on second, not moving too far off. I think they, just looking at the coaches right now, it looks like they're not signaling for them to move any further. Coach is crouched down on the third base. Oh, Arnold wanted to go for that steal, but gets halfway there and realizes not a good call. Full count now against Velasquez, 3-2. Willie, one more pitch. Could either mean the first out or another walk, bases loaded. Which for number 30, Connor Smith, might be favorable. And that's far outside. That is going to be a walk.
Now batting, number 30, Connor Smith.
Connor Smith steps up to the plate for his very first time. And will be followed by number 23. As I am scrambling to write down all these players' names. Base is currently loaded for Connor Smith. One run ends it here. First pitch, Connor Willie. Difficult position. That's going to be strike one. Not difficult enough, though. Good pitch. Connor trying to distract Willie. Willie just maintaining focus on his catcher. Set, looks like that might be trying to go inside. No. Bit too far outside and a bit too low, too, on that catch. As count currently 1-1. Trojans, but I'm hired by them. Sorry, folks, had a audience member call in for me. 2-1. Aslan drops the ball, but able to keep it underfoot enough to keep it focused. 2-1 on the count now. Connor Smith looking for his fourth pitch. Anything favorable, whether it's a ball or whether it's a single hit, closes this out for the Trojans. Foul ball, going to be 2-2. And folks, that hired comment by them is because I did get hired by the team. I would love to see the Trojans win, though, but I try to maintain unbiased in any of my commentary. Unless it's really funny, then I'll be highly biased, but that only happens in a few select situations. 2-2 on the count. Connor Smith looking for a fifth pitch. Oh, far outside, but Charlie Arnold's not going to risk a steal here. Coach told him to stick his feet to the ground, keep him back. Full count, 3-2. Connor Willie does not like this. Needs to force Connor Smith to swing, but not make contact. What a strikeout!
Now batting number 23, Will Livingston.
Will Livingston's going to step up to the plate for the first time in this game. Coach might be calling for a pitching change. Yeah, he's taking Connor Willie off the plate, and it looks like it's going to be number 9? Yeah, it's going to be number 9, Connor Firestone stepping up. Connor Firestone stepping in. Connor Willie's going to be taking back his space. I believe earlier he was the second baseman. But they're taking off Firestone and probably have Willie on first base. Coach calling a sub here in a dire situation. Again, bases loaded. Firestone needs to maintain some heat as this one goes on. Will Livingston. You know, a walk or a hit here is favorable. Connor Cornell stepping up to talk to him real quick. Currently, it's just 1 out, 2 for the Trojans. They are in. It's not weird to call this favorable. It's not weird to say how strong of a position they are in on Anderson High School Trojan side. Yeah, it looks like Connor's heading back to second base, and they're going to put someone else on first base. I think that's Chow. Or no, that's number 3, actually. Ray Comstock back at first base. Will Livingstone, I should say. American pronunciations are unique and strange, according to your dialect. Will Livingstone, first at bat against a completely fresh pitcher who is trying to maintain focus, but is under a lot of pressure. First pitch is a ball. Firestone, second pitch. Livingstone makes contact, but it's foul ball. One to one on the count. Wind annoyingly heavier, as I do not like how much it's picked up so far. Swing on the second. That's another foul ball. On the third, I should say. Had to dig in for that because of the contact and the way he ended on that swing. It had to go anywhere but foul ball. And he dove in right behind him. Again, bases loaded. Firestone feeling the pressure. Aslan also feeling some heat. Line drive goes up to foul ball territory, past the third baseman, and honestly almost took off Charlie Arnold's head. Or the coaches. Equal chance of either happening. That was a good hit from Livingstone. Got to keep him between the lines, though. Number 18 makes his way out. Blake Galligan goes out to pick up the ball from the fence. Fifth pitch coming from Firestone. Connor. Oh, it was 2 Connors on the team. Line drive going up to left field, and that's going to guarantee that is going to be the game. As Will Livingston, and I dropped my pencil, Will Livingstone makes his first on-base appearance, gets a single, and runs in Charlie Arnold. That's going to end the game 10-0. Defense being the star of the show for the Anderson Trojans. However, more impressively than that has been the consistency in hits as well, too. Just looking back at past stats, I mean, we had a single that led 2 runners in back in the first, along with a walk. Just some unfortunate pitches from the Raptors side that was taken fully advantage of from the Anderson High School Trojans. They put themselves up 2-0 in District 9 and 4 overall as they close out this game, this beautiful Friday night, as it starts to get a little bit colder, and I guarantee you it's going to be up in the 80s tomorrow when I'm working. 8 strikeouts from Cade Kaysen, but a lot of the plays that made the difference here were infield defense and wonderful setups from the squad as they continue to put pressure on the Trojans. On the Raptors, I mean. Beautiful plays from the third baseman, Hank Rippey. Vinny Franco being very reliable, securing the catches. Max McCormick finding some great catches. The center fielder, James Coles, and the right fielder and left fielder, Cooper Chitsey, and Jude Viner. Also having their highlight moments, but a lot of this comes down to just a strong tempo set by Cade Kaysen, with his 8 strikeouts, able to ensure there were some easy catches for the team. The way he pitched allowed the Trojans to establish their baseline and find their way to score. But with that, folks, once again, this is Colton Borger for Vype Media Baseball. Hope you all had a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I want to give one last final shout-out to our sponsors who made sure we had a great time tonight, or sponsoring Anderson High School Trojan football. First was our banner sponsors, Frost Bank, Jersey Mike, the Carlson Law Firm, who were also our pitching change sponsors. And then Postnet, who is our game sponsor as well. Then our starting lineup sponsors of Ferguson Automotive, who let us know who was bringing us out to start the game. And the first pitch sponsored by Lowy Law Firm. Thank you all so much for joining us on this broadcast. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Have a good night, and I will see you next time.
I don't know who this is. I think. Yeah, so this is from every day.